Hello, football faithfuls. Well, are you a new subscriber or a returning subscriber? Please click the plus button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Well, today we'll be looking at the Premier League fixtures today. Well, Arsenal are still top of the league and Manchester City are second, and Aston Villa, they are in the form of their life, winning 11 straight matches, are still top. Well, Liverpool comes fourth and Chelsea fifth and Manchester United sixth. We'll be looking at some of the matches that will be playing out today. Number one is Burnley versus Newcastle. I'm expecting Newcastle to win this game. Newcastle have everything it takes to win against Burnley, that have been in the worst form, heading into this encounter. They've lost 3 of their 5 matches and they've drawn just 2. And then Newcastle, on the other hand, out of 5 matches, they've won just 1, drawn 2, and lost 2. The recent loss against Manchester United. Well, I'm tipping Newcastle to actually bounce back from the defeat against Manchester United to defeat Burnley. And then Chelsea have a tricky game against Bournemouth. Well, on paper, as it stands, it looks like Chelsea could be the favorite today, but the form says otherwise, because in the past 2 matches, they've drawn against Newcastle and they lost against Aston Villa, while Bournemouth, on the other hand, have not been in a good form in recent times. Out of 5 matches, they've not won any. They've drawn 3 and lost 2. The recent loss being against Brentford, a lower team compared to Bournemouth, and we remember how Bournemouth started the season. And unfortunately, they are slowing down. The next game is Nottingham Forest versus Everton. Nottingham Forest versus Everton. Well, Nottingham Forest lost their last match against Manchester City. Well, it was expected. Manchester City are the superior opponent coming here. So in the last 5 matches, they've actually won just 2 and lost 3. And Everton, on the other hand, have actually dipped in form. In the past 3 matches, they've lost 2 and won just 1. So it is going to be a tricky encounter between the 2 sides. Well, I'm tipping Nottingham Forest to come up. Well, Everton as well has what it takes to actually do the damage. Well, I'm banking on Forest. The next game is West Ham versus Brighton, and it is a very tricky encounter for West Ham, that are under immense pressure to fight their way out of the relegation zone. Well, in their past 3 matches, they've lost all of them, which is not looking good for them in this game. And Brighton, on the other hand, have not been in good form as well. In the past 5 matches, they've lost 3 and drawn just 2. So it is like an equal side in terms of form coming together to play. And then Arsenal will be hosting Aston Villa. Remember that Aston Villa are in the form of their life. They've won 11 of their matches, and they are facing Arsenal at this tricky period, knowing too well what the result of today's encounter could actually mean for Arsenal. If Arsenal fail to win against Aston Villa, that might be the worst mistake they might do this season. Arsenal cannot afford to negotiate this very encounter between Aston Villa. They must go all out to win. But in so doing, Aston Villa is a side that can actually hurt Arsenal. They've done that before in their first match. They've been doing it consistently. The head-to-head is not in Arsenal's favor. Unai Emery has actually found a way to deal with Arsenal. I don't know. Well, looking at the game against Manchester United versus Wolves, Manchester United are highly favored to win, but in recent games, though Wolves have been losing, in their past 5 matches, they've lost 5 of them. The recent being against, Liverpool. But they have shown glimpses of hope. Could they rise again today? Could they pose the challenge to Manchester United? Or will Manchester United take the form, the momentum of beating Newcastle against all odds into this game and defeating, Wolves? A win for Manchester United is going to take them straight into the top 4, pending other games. Drop your score prediction in the comment section. Which of these games is your favorite? Drop your thoughts in the comment section.